Okay, yay, we're live. Hi, everybody. Claude Diamond here. Wanted to do just a quick video. I'm a sales trainer. I'm the author and creator of the Gut Sales Method. Do you give good phone? And let's fix that sound there. Do just a quick and couple things. Students this week have been just crushing it. One student that a lot of my students are in real estate or in general sales. They're also coaches, consultants, mentors. They have their own programs. I have people in insurance finance, and I teach how to close quickly, how to have fun selling, how to take away that fear, that anxiety, and everything. And two particular students, one made 17.5 this week. Another one signed up three new students for over $30,000 just this week. And they're using my system. And that's the beauty of it. They've turned their business around because they're working smarter, they're working more efficiently, they're having a hell of a lot more fun with a lot more confidence. We call it in Guts flipping the switch. And I have a cute little cartoon I just made up here. I'm going to share it with you. This is going to be a really, I've said this before, this is going to be a quick video. And how do you flip the switch in sales? And let's talk about that for a moment. Flipping the switch means maybe you're a quiet person. Okay, not me. But maybe you're the kind of person where you've been trained to give a lot of free information, a lot of features and benefits, go right to your PowerPoint display, and then you answer a few questions, and then a lot of gurus say you develop the relationship, consultative type selling. You send that follow-up stuff, and the prospect says, "Thanks, send me the information. We'll talk again. Call me after the holidays. I'll think about it. I'll talk to my significant other." All that jazz. And I always teach my students because I teach gut sales. Because I always ask the one question, why are you in business? You're in business to make money today, to get a commitment today, a contract today, an appointment today, get something today, or get out today. This back and forth type of selling is a waste of time. So we call it flipping the switch, turning yourself into working so productively. You may be that quiet, demure little person. Okay. I was one of them. Okay. I was an introvert. They spelled it, ChatGPT spelled it wrong, by the way, if you pick that up on the screen there. And the thing about it is, an introvert, quiet, thoughtful, thinking, obviously intelligent person. Okay. And that might be your personality. But in sales, maybe, can I tell you guys the truth? Can you handle the truth? Jack Nicholson. The thing about it is, does the squeaky wheel get the grease? People love information. They like to laugh. They love personality. They, the great salespeople, this is going to get me in trouble, but so be it. The great salespeople that I had breakfast with Zig Ziglar. I've met my mentor, Max. They were gregarious. They were outgoing personalities. And that may not be you. Okay, deep down inside, I'm a little kid sucking his thumb with a blanket over me, Linus or whatever. So you could be an introvert. You might be an extrovert, an outgoing loudmouth like I am sometimes, okay? You're enjoying life, you're reacting, you're engaging with people, you're the squeaky wheel, okay? Or maybe I think this is what I really am because I've been both an introvert and an extrovert. I'm an ambivert. I'm somewhere in the middle. Sometimes I like quiet time. So, where I can focus and think, no distractions, no disturbances. Sometimes I can be very outgoing, especially when I'm teaching something I love, like sales or I'm teaching. So I think I'm a little both an ambivert. The thing about it is, when you're talking to a prospect, can you flip that switch? Can you become that more engaging, charismatic person? Okay. And the easiest way to do that, too, because we love people. If you don't love people and you don't like to engage them, don't go into sales. Okay. I believe in direct sales. If I talk to enough people every day, wonderful things happen financially. I'll never retire. I love my business. I love talking and helping people, giving unbelievable value, greater value here's the thing, over deliver and under promise. That's all you have to do. I've been teaching the gut sales method, great untraditional, unorthodox techniques of sales, for since, oh my God, the late 90s. And it's helped a lot of people make a lot of money because it teaches you to work smarter. The key to the gut sales method, flipping the switch, is even if you're that shy, quiet person, what you want to do is learn to ask questions gut style. Okay. And I could do a seminar, I could do a 2 day seminar at the Holiday Inn, bad coffee, stale donuts. I could do that easily just on how to ask questions. And if you watched any of my other videos on YouTube or Facebook, or they're all over the place, or if you've read any of my books, I've written 9 books on sales and real estate and marketing. Um, if you've read any of my books, you want to learn how to ask questions, positive and negative questions, redirection questions, reverse psychology questions, questions with stroking, nurturing, and empathy. Like I said, there's different ways to ask questions to turn this is a takeaway, to turn the prospect. If you're a shy, reluctant person, you're not that loud, big mouth like me today, okay? Sometimes the easiest way to engage people in sales, high ticket sales, is to ask questions that stimulate the conversation, make it interesting, make it fun. You've got to learn how to ask the questions, but you don't want to sound like you're cross-examining a witness on the stand, okay? You want to make it fun, engaging, and you got to be that person. You're flipping your switch. You have these questions in your mind, and in the gut system, we teach you the psychology of asking certain questions, okay? What are the three most important psychological triggers? Basically, it's scare. And if you've ever read Cialdini, the psychology of persuasion, he talks about a great deal. I talk about several different things in the gut sales method. Triggers, when we say triggers, we mean things that make people emotional, get their attention, get them evolved so that they want to make a decision now. Guts is about going to the bank today. Okay. If you want to be a touchy-feely salesperson and I get some people say, well, I just want to help people. That's fine. I love helping people too. I talked about that earlier. But you're not going to help anybody if you can't pay your cable bill, if you can't put food on the table, if you can't take care of your adult responsibilities. And the key to success is being superb in sales. That is the key. The three most important psychological triggers, I finally got to it, are from Cialdini and many other salespeople, and we use it in Guts, is scarcity, authority, and social proof. Scarcity is the most misused social psychological trigger out there. Oh, the price goes up on Friday and we only have one car left, or that stuff is phony. Most people know it. Never treat your prospect like they're dumb or anything. But basically, when you say, hey, we've only got 15 minutes. It's a very busy day. I've got a closing and everything. Is it okay if I ask you a few questions? We get to the point. Tell me how I could help you. Tell me what you're looking for. Off the role play, I use role playing for the way I teach my students. We role play every week. We do group training and we do private training where we role play. And I guarantee to my students, if they speak to a few people, cold, warm follow-up prospects using the gut sales method, they they will see they will pay for me and they will see phenomenal results. I'll guarantee it if they use my system. Absolutely. So the thing about it is, can you speak to a few people using scarcity, flip that switch and say, can we get to the point? What would you like from me? What's the most important thing for you? And so find out, basically, you're qualifying the prospect, you're getting them to engage in a good conversation. We've lost the art and the science of conversation can double, triple your income very quickly if you master it. So you have to learn how to use SAS. The next one is authority. Act like a professional, sound like one. You got to flip that switch, and nobody wants to work with a wimpy guy, okay, or the scared little nervous Linus, or somebody sucking their thumb. They want somebody who demonstrates confidence, and that's authority. Sir, can I tell you the truth, Mr. or Mrs. Prospect, or should I let it go? Boom, just like that. Very direct, very honest. Show your experience, your authority on the subject matter and the business that you're in. And then use social proof. So, basically, social proof is, why am I busy? Why do I have so many clients? Why are so many people interested? People, birds of a feather flock together. It's keeping up with the Joneses. It's why you see celebrity endorsements all the time on things. People want to do what they believe other people are doing right now. What's cool? What's the hot factor? Okay. You got to show, demonstrate through your scarcity, your your authority and your social proof that you give off an air of success. Okay. These are the triggers. The magic moment. And I always jokingly go, when you kiss the girl. Okay. When's that awkward moment in a relationship, in a first date or something like that? Okay. Are you going to take action or are you going to say, I'll think about it? I'll call you in 2 weeks? No. The thing about flipping the switch is to go for it. The worst they can say is no. And that means making an offer. And in Guts, this is another seminar we use DAP. And uh, basically, that's decision, authority, and permission. And then you intermingle a little, another thing we call the I factor. Okay, and that's the imagine word. And if I have this is going longer as usual than I wanted, but I love sharing this information. What do I always say? Nobody deserves success more than you good people. By the way, long as we're sharing things, and I'll finish with the DAP and then we'll call it a day here. I have a book out that I wrote. If I can find it somewhere, let's see if I can find it on my screen. Where'd it go? Let's see here. Bear with me, folks. Here we go. Here, let's go to my page here. This is on my webpage, claudediamond.com. Just go there. And I have a little special that I did. I have a book I wrote just for the holidays. It's a fun book. By the way, long as we're on my webpage, you can always go to claudediamond.com. Oh, I hope it's sharing. There we go. And there we go. You can always schedule a free consultation with me. Just go in here, see what times I have available, pick a date, and you can schedule with me. I wrote a book called The Haunted Investor. Usually goes for $99. It's an audio and a video book. For you in real estate, it's about fix up property. Okay, it's $35 right now for towards Halloween, and it's a good old-fashioned ghostly love story about a couple guys who buy a house to fix it up, and it turns out it's got a secret room and it's haunted, and they structure the deal as a lease purchase, and it has a lot of twists and turns. It's a fun read. It's a fast read. I know, I wrote it, and so give it a shot. You might enjoy it. ClaudeDiamond.com. So commercial over. Let's go back to what I was doing before. There we go. Okay. And DAP, how to close quickly. Okay. Decision, authority, permission. This is the unique high ticket closing technique of the gut sales method. You in the first meeting or the first or second meeting with the prospect, if you've qualified them, if you know on an emotional level they're somewhere between 7 to a 10, yeah, and that means they are you haven't given a bunch of features and benefits presentation. You've basically spoken to them about how your product or service can solve their needs and give a great value. And the first thing you want to talk about is decision. You can go to the prospect, Mr. or Mrs. Prospect, I have made a decision. Okay, can I share it with you? Can I have your permission to share it with you? Okay, so you want to show you want to state that you've made a decision, which is completely the opposite of any other sales training method that I'm aware of. It's where you're waiting for the prospect to make a decision to buy your widget. In Guts, we go to the prospect and we tell them we'd like to work with them, that our product or service can solve their issue, and we tell them also it's okay to fire us. Okay, Mr. and Mrs. Prospect, I'd like to make you. I've made a decision. I think my product or service would be great for you. That's authority. Show your confidence. And I'd like your permission to make you an offer. Is that all right with you? And please, there's no pressure. It's okay to say no to me or say fire me or get lost, Claude, or just hang up on me. It doesn't matter. It's okay. And then you go into your imagine, which is another facet of guts. We don't have time for that today either. It's basically where you say to the prospect, imagine for a moment that my product or service, you're on the beach, you're walking, you're making money, you're selling your product or service, you're debt free, you've paid off all your bills, you're putting food on the table, life is good, you're selling like crazy, you're having fun doing it, you're high confidence. Would you like me to train you in the gut sales method? If you knew to a substantial certainty, I could guarantee the results in the next 30 days. How would you feel about that? Boom. That's the gut sales technique. Decision, authority, permission, and then you go into your imagine sequence where you actually give the presentation with it, but you do it in a certain way. So I wanted to just speak about this today, flipping the switch in sales. Um, Nobody else is going to say it. I know Gary Vaynerchuk and a lot of people say, give, give, give. I say give, give, and then ask. It's okay to ask. What's the worst that could happen? They say no to you. So what? So what? If you speak to enough people, you have enough fun conversation. We call it the rule of five because I have to go here. It's Friday, by the way. Happy Friday. Okay, hope you guys had a good week and a better weekend coming. I am in beautiful San Diego, California right now. I love it here. It's going to be 71 degrees now. It's going to be 75. Do you ever live in a place that's always 70 to 75 degrees? That's San Diego for the most part, okay? Forget about the politics and all the other junk, okay, on it. It's one of the best places in the world to live. Okay, I know it's expensive, but you know what? If you have the guts and you're selling with guts, money is never going to be an issue in your life. You're going to have so much fun going to the bank every day because, as I always say, big ending, no one deserves success more than you good people. I know how hard you work. I know how well-meaning and honest you are, okay? I know this, and you deserve success. And the way you get to success is that you discover the same secret I did, sales. You have to be I can't say it. You have to be superb in sales. You have to give good phone. You have to know how to converse with people. You have to know how to ask questions, to engage them, to get them emotionally charged about you, your product, your service. That is the differentiating factor. You can use your click funnels. You can hire a lot of people. You can have tons of overhead. You can spend a fortune on click marketing and everything. But in the end, if you're selling a high ticket item, you're in real estate, life insurance, whatever you're in, it's about making a connection with one person. And they say, wow, I like that person. I like him or her. They bring value. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Maybe you're not the fanciest, maybe you're not the cheapest. It doesn't matter if you get another person to know, like, and trust you. But you have to earn that. Okay. And you can't just keep giving and giving and giving because they'll keep taking, taking, and taking. You've got to learn how to sell smart, how to be smart. Go for it. Kiss the girl. Okay. Use my closing technique. Use the flip the switch technique that I just talked about. Learn guts. Read my books. Go to my webpage, by the way, and ClaudeDiamond.com. Get that book, The Haunted Investor. You will love it. If you don't love it, call me up. I'll give you your money back. It's only 35 bucks. It's usually 99. It's a great real estate business novel. You'll read it, as I like to say, in two bowel movements. Look that up. It's a quick read. I think it's only 120 pages or 30 pages, but it has an audio book with it too. And you'll get a lot of good ideas and motivation from it, and just have some fun. Nobody deserves success more than you. Have a wonderful, safe weekend. Thanks for joining me, by the way. I really appreciate it. And give guys, it's all about sales. Okay. Doesn't matter. You could have the best product, the best service in the world. You could spend a fortune on marketing, but can you convince another human being to say yes? That's once you have mastered that, the art and science of persuasion, you're free the rest of your life. Take care.